Well, if a woman is trying to impress a man by a certain cologne or perfume that she uses, wouldn't she want to get that from somebody of the opposite sex? Now, transvestites who dress as women are still men. No, most of them aren't. Most of them are not. Well, it's no further than when a law gets passed, and then all of a sudden, before it's signed, one party or the other happens to write in small print, little things that have absolutely nothing to do with the law. It doesn't make it right. You know? No, he didn't change it. He added to it. Well, I personally find nothing wrong with it. I mean, if I was a transvestite, and certainly a transgendered person who was in between operations, I think this would be an emancipation for me to feel free. Free to be you and me, as they said on Broadway way back when. I'm free to be you and me. I mean, the fact that you sit here wearing a superhero outfit, does that make you Superman or Batman? I thought you were Wonder Woman. Now, that would be covered under the new law. Okay, as long as you know. But getting back to... That's true. The other major part of the news that has everybody buzzing is the fact that the United States, Obama is talking about easing restrictions on Cuba, okay, because for 50 years these laws and embargoes have been on the books with Cuba, and it doesn't seem to be doing any good. So why not open up the trade lanes between the United States and Cuba, maybe even exchange diplomats? And, look, Vietnam was our enemy at one time, and people go there to visit now. Germany, Japan, these were our sworn enemies. These were Axis powers during World War II. Germany and Japan happen to be our biggest allies now. One in Asia, one in Europe. In fact, the Germans favor us even more than the French do. The French never really liked Americans. They only like the American dollar. That's all. And also when the French needed help militarily, they always needed us to get them, out of whatever fix they were in. Well, talk about, Putin's really suffering now with the low prices of fuel. Our friend Carol in Arkansas said she paid less than $1.99 or $1.99 for gas just a couple of weeks ago. Well, the unfortunate thing is that these things tend to run in cycles, and just like the price is dropping severely, I mean, a few years ago we saw gas prices spike. I'm sure at some point they're going to go up again. It's just the nature of the industry.
No, APEC is usually will drop, the prices drop, APEC will start pumping us through. That's how they control the pricing. The noise you just heard is an earthquake.
What noise?
When you bump your head on the microphone.
Oh, well, okay. I didn't hear anything except my bump,
Exactly.
Okay. But remember again, folks, it's 646-595-3275. We
Like a chat room, open up and see what you and walk those flavors. Let's go back to what we were talking about. OPEC, as it said, normally when prices start dropping, they'll slow down production. Everybody's still producing full force as the prices are dropping. And the goal is to drop it to around $40. When the U.S. is going to have to stop producing completely, basically. And that'll put them back on the map, controlling the market.
well,
That's my opinion.
and you know what they say about opinions, but we won't get into that.
Well, as I said, we were watching 60 Minutes last night, and we found in Oklahoma that they just started to lay people off because they can't the pumps that the oil is producing it because it's too expensive to run it. The oil is not working. And they think it's going to get much worse. Looks like Obamacare is going to make it number three. I don't think the Republicans, I think nobody has given up basically.
I think
Getting rid of it.
I think they're at least waiting until they have control of Congress and the Senate. But I have news for you. I think that even they can't disagree. They can't disagree with the fact that more people have insurance. For the most part, the rates have gone down. It's kind of hard, to tell someone that their 25-year-old child who's still in college has to go off the policy, because at age 26 they go off the policy now with Obamacare, with the Affordable Care Act. But people who graduate, many of them who are coming home because they can't find jobs, they're still on their parents' insurance plan until 26. So that's a tremendous savings.
They already changed it to 25 before.
No, it's 26 still.
No, but they had changed it before Obamacare to build it up. Somebody can verify.
No. I was just using that as an example. That if they
That has nothing to do with Obamacare, is what I'm saying. Those are the already before. But the good thing with Obamacare, it works only in the United States.
And isn't it ironic that many of the states that are complaining are states that have Republican governors who did not request any funds from the federal government? They deny, because they said there are too many loopholes. Okay, it wasn't worth it for them. Well, try telling that to someone, who desperately needs insurance.
Well, even in New York State, New York State has always been the same way. They always had basically an exchange of their own. It's the plans of New York State were better before Obamacare.
Well, some states were better, and the people, you're an example, suffered for it. But in other states, it became a boom for some people because their state had terrible coverage, and get affordable coverage, that was much better. You're just one of the 2% who couldn't keep his family doctor or his insurance.
100% were not able to do it. Because every plan in the country changed. You don't seem to realize. Because a lot of the stuff that's in there were not never in any plans at all. So every plan in the country changed. Doctors don't take it in a lot of places now. A lot of the plans that are done by the exchange, because you have to remember the plans that are done by the exchange, and then they're done with the plans that you can go through directly to the insurance company still. Even the ones that we go directly to the insurance company, they still have to offer all their voluntary benefits. So they're a lot more expensive, but they're not in the exchange. The only one that's making money is the insurance companies, unfortunately.
And isn't that always the case?
They should have just stuck with a single payer plan like Medicare.
Well, many, listen,
I'm not saying, I know most people didn't want it.
no, it's not that, no, Republicans didn't want it. The Democrats wanted single payer because it was the closest thing, if not exactly the same thing, as Medicare. Okay? And that's pretty straightforward. You know, the language is easy enough to understand. You know,
Personally, I think Medicare
well, look at it this way, Felix. 3 more years.
What do you mean 3 more years?
You're 63, right?
I'm 64. 1 more year, 65.
2 more years, 66.
65. 66. Because when you started your
Social Security, right.
Social Security, but they changed it now. It's 2 years. It's 68, I think. 1 or 2 years difference. It made a big difference.
Well, that does make a big difference. 2 years makes a big
No,
difference.
totally. Our age was a big difference. You were able to get your full benefit at 66.
Right.
I can't get mine at 68.
Well, I actually got my full, well, oh, okay, you're talking about, all right, all right, I know what you're talking about. Like, I could have worked until 68, which was 67, actually, and gotten full benefits, or something to that effect. But I started collecting at 62.
So your benefits are a little lower.
Yeah.
Actually, you could hang out to about 71, 72. You could make more. If you hang up to 75, you really
Well, you know, if you can, you know, if you start collecting at like 68, not only do you get Social Security, but you're also over the age where you could earn as much as you want. Usually, from 62 to 65 or 68, you're only allowed to earn a certain amount every month to continue
you're allowed to earn about $50,000.
in the year. Okay, but not everybody gets the same money every month.
You're
So
allowed to earn, it doesn't matter how much you make. You're allowed to earn $50,000.
yes, but after 68, you can earn as much as you want.
$44,000.
Well, it's practically a full-time job.
It's more than a full-time job.
I'm going to be a greeter at Walmart's.
Yeah, I want to. You're not going to make a lot of money to go making here.
You know, you actually have to be trained. You got to know how to say good morning and welcome to Walmart.
And how to get the sticker on properly
That's true.
without trying to stick at the seal. The old guy trying to put the sticker down there and the woman's boobs, you know. You can't be doing that.
Well, if they get in the way, you can't help it, you know.
Yeah. That's what they train you for. So you can help it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think Felix is going to entertain you with